Hi students, nice to see you again. Hope you had a good time going through the lessons that are being presented here, and I appreciate your presence and willingness to learn as we go through the lessons. I hope the digital lessons have already been given to you, but this is mainly an explanation of the lesson so that you will understand better and be able to complete your assignments without any difficulty. Now, we just had a poem last time about a mother. The boy badly missing his mother, but he was able to remember some things, and in 3 stanzas he was expressing his memory. Actually, if I look carefully into the 3 stanzas, he is applying 3 of his senses to remember or recollect his mother. One is a sense of feeling of ear. He can remember, hear the singing of his mother. The next, he was able to feel the sensation of his, let me see, sensation of his smell with the nose, the flowers, he was able to remember his mother. And next one, the sense of sight. 3 things. He was able to look in the sky and still imagine that his mother is looking at him. So, mother's love is very, very important and it cannot be forgotten by anyone. So, go through the poem and recollect what the poet says about it, and I want you to answer some of the things which will be sent to you little later. Now, we will come to the third part, part C of this lesson. Is also reading actually a letter to a friend. How many of you have written letters? Very interestingly, letter writing is no more seen with people. Earlier, postmen used to bring a lot of letters, postcards, inland letters, envelopes. All this used to come regularly from our friends, well-wishers, loved ones from around the world. I remember in my childhood days, I used to get letters from America, where a person was paying my fees in the hostel, and then once in a while he used to write letters. You know what I enjoyed most? Collecting the stamps on those letters. It's really a wonderful experience. I still have the book where I pasted all the stamps, hundreds of them, and we really love. Don't you think we are missing all that now? Of course, because the letters have been replaced by your SMSs and the phones and the video calls, and therefore we don't have them anymore. Of course, the letters, when you write, the letters of certain types, I did not write all of them here, but you should know, most often as students, you think about a leave letter. When you miss the school one day, or you want to go on a tour while the school is going on, you give a letter to the principal, and he will have to accept it. Okay, you can take the leave, then you can go. Or when you fall sick, you come back and say, sorry sir, I could not come because I was sick on so and so day, and then you submit a letter and the principal approves it. Okay. Then of course you have a letter of application. You apply for a job or for some kind of favor that you need from somebody, maybe a government office, where you request for some things, a ration card. You come to school, you ask for a study certificate. So you apply through a letter, and then the letter, when it is given, the people, corresponding people will give you a reply. either orally or in the written form. Of course, you have appointment letter. When you apply for a job, for example, the officer will say, okay, so and so, you are appointed to be the teacher of this school, or you are appointed as a clerk in a particular office, so you will get a letter of appointment. Then you have letter to elders. Sometimes you write a letter to your uncle or aunt or somebody who is related to you, and the way you write letters to them. And of course, letters to the friend. And I kept it last because we are going to study about the letter to a friend today. All right? A letter to a friend. Now, when you write a letter, there are certain things you have to keep in mind. Number one, you write on the right hand side top the date and place where you are. Right hand top, what do? You put today's date and write, okay, from Tanuku. Today is 27th of October 2020. So, you write here, for example, Tanuku, and today's date is 27/10/2020. And here you will have what you called as salutation. What do you mean salutation? You address somebody whom you are writing. You are writing to a friend, what do you say? Dear friend. How do you do that? You say, dear . If you are writing to a principal, you won't say, dear principal. No, you will say, respected principal or respected so and so. Or sometimes you will have to address in a different way, dear loving. Maybe when you are writing to your uncle or aunt or some other sister or brother, dear, you will say, dear loving sister, dear loving brother. And of course, he is writing to a friend. So, he says here, dear Suresh. He is not our Suresh from the school here, but is a friend of a person who is writing this letter. Okay. What do you think the name of this person who is writing the letter? How do you know? Oh, I turn to the next page and it is there at the end of the letter. Okay. It says Ramesh. Okay. So, who is writing a letter to whom? Ramesh is writing a letter to Suresh. Okay. All right. Now, I will read the letter. Now, the letter you can write, express your own feelings. Whenever you write to a friend, you write, express your feelings openly. And normally, when you visit a friend or write to a friend after a long time, what do you write about? Or you recollect about your childhood days. Whenever I think about my elementary school days, I remember some of my friends with whom I used to play and then study, and I still long to go back to that place and look for them. I have not met them almost in maybe 50 years. It's a long time. But I still like to go back and check on my friends. Maybe someday I would do that. But here is a friend, Ramesh is writing to his friend Suresh. He is explaining, listen to this, I am reading the first paragraph. He has written a very long letter, maybe they met after a long time. Dear Suresh, this is Ramesh. I apologize for not meeting you during your visit to Hyderabad last week. Oh, where is Ramesh staying? Not Tanuku, okay? He was staying in Hyderabad. But you and I are staying here, okay? All right. So, Ramesh came to Hyderabad. He wanted to meet. Did Ramesh come to Hyderabad? No, it was Suresh. Suresh came to Hyderabad and wanted to meet Ramesh, but somehow did not take place. Why? Unfortunately, I had a meeting in my office. I remember how we enjoyed our childhood days in Manikonda village. Oh, here they belong, not Hyderabad. Okay? So they played in place called Manikonda. Every day we played together in our garden. Our family was very big. There were 12 members in our family. I remember how we played in the moonlight. Our grandma used to give us fruits and biscuit. Our grandpa used to tell us fairy tales about the princess, warriors and the village boys. He is able to recollect the childhood days, how they enjoyed spending time, and some of the things that happened he was able to tell. Now we coming back to the present time. It's okay, the school bell is ringing, don't worry about that. Now I am working at Microsoft. Where is he working? Microsoft is a international company, a computer based company. A software company in Hyderabad as a computer programmer. I am married and we have a child. My wife works at Dell, is also another computer company in Hyderabad, as a system analyst. You know, city life is quite busy. We start in the morning, leave our child at the baby care center and come back in the evening with faded faces. We hardly find time to sit together. How disgusting. We work with computers, think like computers and live like computers. We have forgotten our family. Very interesting. Ramesh is describing about his work. Where is he working? He is working at the Microsoft company as a computer programmer. You know what computer programming is? You make some software using some kind of language. I don't want to go into that now, but that will make the computer work as you want it. And his wife is also connected with the same kind of thing, but working in a different company. What company was it? A Dell company. It's actually a computer manufacturing company. Dell is a computer manufacturing company. And she works as a system analyst. Okay? And how is their life? Very busy. Early morning they get ready, put their child in the baby care center and run off to the job. And what happens next? Very tired, they come back in the evening, collect the baby, go home, and then by the time they eat their food and they are tired and they sleep. Early morning, same work again. So they are so busy, and that's why he says here, disgusting. What do you mean by disgusting? They don't enjoy. They don't enjoy that life. Okay. Now, we work with computers, think like computers, and live like computers. You know, a computer, do they have life? No. Do the computers enjoy life? No. And here also, same thing is happening. Okay? And he really, by the time I go through the two paragraphs, what do you think is enjoying more? The present life or the past life? Definitely, the childhood days he was thinking about with more happiness than the present time. Okay? We will come back to this lesson in the next session and complete this letter. Until then, I wish you good luck, and also please go through the books, which means you have to get those books as early as possible, and only then you can follow the lesson with care and understanding. Okay, see you then for the next session.